Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Sunday Summary. I am your host, Kyle. With me, as always, is Steve. Steve, it has been a tough road the last 2 weeks, and really, this whole season has been a little weird. And I kind of want to just, before I lose this train of thought, so with the 3 back-to-back losses, and the fact that we just scraped together the wins of the first 5 matches, 6 matches by scoring a goal after the 83rd minute. Are you at all concerned at this point?
Concerned? First of all, hello. I haven't been on one of these shows in a while.
What
Life's
is
been
it
so
now?
busy.
4 weeks?
I don't know. Life's been busy for me. Life's been busy for you.
Oh, yeah.
And also, shout out to Kyle, who has a birthday this week.
Yeah.
Everybody wish Kyle a happy birthday in the chat here.
And you know what? Everyone can guess how old I'm going to be. Take a stab at it.
Yeah, take a stab at that while you're at it. But it's good to be back. I wish we were here chatting under better circumstances in regards to the club. Concerned is an understatement. Let me just say that.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not going to fault the team for winning those matches late. It's not pretty, but that's what champions do. That's what experienced veterans do. They find a way. So I'm less concerned with that, although those wins didn't necessarily feel great. Didn't feel like we were in excellent form, even though we didn't lose for a while there, right? But three losses back to back is, man, it's not good. It's very, very concerning. It hasn't
happened in a while either.
2 or 2023.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll unpack it all today.
Yeah. Good morning to everyone in the chat, Hannah, Alexi, and everyone else just coming in now. What concerns me, bro, is the fact that it's not like we're dominating the games we won, right? We have to save it to the end. And not only that, but you look at the players we have in attack. We've talked about our attack. Oh my God, our attack, our team is a huge threat. Probably, with acquisition of Ekatike, Isak, and Florian Wirtz, and I know we got rid of Diaz, but you think about those acquisitions, like our attack is the best. We haven't scored a lot. We're struggling to score.
I'm gonna pull up the table and see.
We're struggling to score a lot.
We're second in the league in goals.
Let's go last 3 games, right? You don't score. We scored 1 goal yesterday. We didn't score against Galatasaray. And then we scored 1 against Palace. Is that right? We lost 2-1. Doesn't matter.
I think so.
Doesn't matter. I'm actually very surprised we're second in the league in goals.
2-1 to Palace.
Here's what I'm just saying though. Like with that attack, don't you expect our normal average of historically Liverpool have averaged about like 2.3 goals per 90, right? We're always 2+. We've been 2+ for a long time, and with the defense the way it is, you have to score goals. Like we let Chelsea in with that goal at the last minute yesterday. Yeah, that's a little different, but we didn't create anything attacking wise.
Yeah, it feels very laborious. It feels like when they get a shot, they're just kind of smashing it off the defenders. We're like,
yeah,
oh, great. The ball falls to Szoboszlai at the edge of the box. Like, we're going to get a shot. Yeah.
No, Szoboszlai is going to get blocked. If I had one sure bet in the world, it's Szoboszlai's shot is going to be blocked.
Also, there's other things that have happened with Konate and his headers. He's had a few like really good chances at headers, maybe a handful, maybe 5.
Konate or Isak?
No, Konate.
Okay.
This whole season, starting from the beginning. And he can't put him on target. It's like little tiny things like that are the difference, because right now we have 13 goals in 7 matches, so we're just under 2 goals a match. Second in the league in goals, only behind by 1 to Arsenal and City. And I don't think scoring is the problem necessarily. With these new attacking options, it's going to take time to get chemistry under control. But I would like to see a couple games where maybe we put up 4, right? things like that. But
Yeah.
overall, if you look at the numbers, it hasn't been terrible scoring wise. It's going to take time for these new guys to settle in.
And I think that comment for me was more so like eye test, right? Because you obviously were second in the league in goals. That actually surprises me a lot. I just don't feel like our attack has been a huge threat this year, especially yesterday against Chelsea. I thought Chelsea came out yesterday and made us look pathetic with their press initially. I mean, we really struggled with the press. And to be fair, if I almost called him Donnarumma, if Mamadashvili didn't have as many saves as he did, Chelsea could have got 4. I mean, he had some really good saves. Caicedo, what are you going to do about that goal? I mean, that's. I think you said in the chat yesterday, like Van Dijk got caught in like a 2v1 situation, or someone said that in the chat yesterday. I think that you're not going to stop that. That was a really, really good goal. But the second goal, man, that's preventable. That game should have been a draw, hands down. And I think our defense at times, would you call them lazy? Because I don't know. I don't feel like we're pressing with the same intensity. I don't know if we're winning the ball back. I think it was first time this season, I believe, that we didn't dominate possession. And I don't know. I just feel like yesterday something was off. Something was off about the team. In Van Dijk's post-match press conference, he said, it's not only struggle on the field, but off the field. I think he was referencing the effect that Jota's death had on the team. And I'm not downplaying that by any means, but that does affect a locker room. But at this point, during the match, I don't think you're thinking about that. I don't think any player has that on their mind. Like, oh, that's the reason I can't get up for this game. It's it's weird. It's weird, man.
Well, Salah also said, like, back to the chemistry piece, he said, with Nunez and Jota, I knew where to find them. He said he's still trying to figure out where people like to move and go and how to find them, essentially, how to create.
Well, shoot, he knew where Isak's head was yesterday. Did you see that out? Oh, that cross?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. That was beautiful. Isak should have buried that.
I know.
Should have buried that.
He had 2 really good crosses yesterday, outside of the foot.
God,
he's his right foot.
Did you see Sturridge? Sturridge said yesterday, he said, I think Salah's having a problem letting go of being the main guy. As much as I love Daniel Sturridge, I prefaced that wrong. I just wanted to say I love Daniel Sturridge. I agree with that. I agree with maybe Salah has an issue with maybe not letting go of being the main guy, but maybe adjusting to a new system where he's not being used as like this primary method of finishing. And I also think, like you said, the rest of the team has a huge issue adjusting to this new system because it's not working. I don't see it working.
So for Salah, I think he's just a little bit off. Like, his shots are not on target. But people can blame Salah for this, that, and the other thing. He's not getting the ball as much. That's for sure.
Yes. Yeah.
Especially in a game like yesterday where possession's a little bit closer, you're going to have less chances. But when he gets it, I'm like, oh, here we go. And he still gets to his spot, but the finishing product isn't there lately. I'm not worried about him. I think he'll be fine. But the defense is, I think, an issue. Because we've let up 9 goals this year. Yeah. At this point last year, through 7 matches, we'd only let up 2. There's a big difference there. Yeah. And if you remember last year at the beginning of the season, this is just my memory. I'm not looking at any data for this. We weren't crushing teams. We were winning 2-0, 1-0.
No, you're right.
3-1 maybe. We weren't destroying teams, but our defense was sound. And that's the difference. That's the difference. And so Alisson's out for a while. Konate hasn't been in great form. Frimpong was hurt for a little bit, so Bradley gets sprinkled in, but he's also coming back off somewhat of an injury recently. Kirkesh hasn't been great. Robertson came in. I thought he looked really good going forward yesterday. That energy that he brings, but then he gets beat at the back post in the 95th minute, and it's like, you cannot let that ball get across. Are you sleeping? This kid's 18 years old. You're the veteran. You need to know where to be.
Very
What
well
else do
said.
you think is going to happen with when Cucurella gets the ball down by the line there? He's going to cross it. He's not going to cut back on his right foot. He's going to cross it. Or whoever that was. That was Cucurella, right?
Dude, I don't even know. All I know is that we let an 18-year-old get his debut goal for the club against us. Why does that seem like a reoccurring theme? I feel like that's happened before.
I mean, he's definitely a good player. I could tell yesterday he's
Yeah.
a good player. But
Yeah, and Chelsea looked pretty solid, man. But I think I agree with pretty much everything you've said. I think our fullback play hasn't been quite up to the standard I was expecting this year. I'm going to cut myself off actually because I want to go over to the chat, say good morning to everyone. Good morning to Brad Pitt, Sheba, Eunice, Hannah. I already said Michelangelo. Ardio, what's going on? Good morning to everyone. Make sure you leave your thoughts in the chat and also guess how old I am. I know I don't think anyone was in here when we said that, but what's today?
Kyle has a birthday this week. Guess his age.
Guess my age, yeah. Ardio says, my 2 pennies worth here. Slot is playing around this season like most coaches do in their first season. He's making changes for the sake of making changes. Kirkazov, Endo on, Grav to center back. Okay, I don't think you're implying that it's his first season. I think you're saying he's playing around like coaches do in their first season. That can kind of lead me back to what I was talking about before we went over to the chat. But I have not been impressed with the fullback play, namely Kirkej. I've been impressed with Frimpong when he's played. I think he offers a lot. He does create going up the right side. But dude, Kirkej is just... He has not impressed me whatsoever. And neither is Wirtz, frankly. Neither is Wirtz. I think that Kirkej very easily gets caught out. He's a good physical player when he's in, 1v1 situations, but I can't remember who it was, but when he was caught out of position going after that 50-50 ball, and then they got him behind, and I think Kanate had to clear it. I mean, those chances in the Premier League, and he's played in the Premier League. He knows this. You got to make a quick judgment decision. I think that'll come with time. I think that'll come with experience. But you can't. You can be aggressive, but you cannot be that aggressive to where, okay, and it's tough because you have to make that split-second decision where, okay, if I go and I don't win this 50-50 ball, they're in behind. Or, what are the chances of me actually winning this back? And that just stuck out to me, but I also think I'm not impressed with his play. He's a smaller left back. I haven't seen much from him going forward. I don't know, man. I don't know. I would you agree with that? You've been more impressed with Frimpong than you have Kirkej this year?
Easily. Yeah, it's not even close. Frimpong just needs, Kirkej just needs to err on the side of caution. That's all it is. If there's a 50-50 ball, you either make sure you get a foot on it or you just take a step back and get ready to defend. Because you're leaving us really exposed when you get caught out 3/4 of the way up the pitch. It's not like you got caught out, in our own box and then we all scramble.
Yeah.
You're
at the halfway line.
You're up. Yeah, you're past the halfway line and you just got to be careful. But that's just one moment. He hasn't been great. We know that.
No. That's just what sticks out to me. When that happened, I'm like, what are you doing? There was another moment too. But I don't want to pick apart these individual things, but I think every concern we've had this season was kind of exposed yesterday. I mean, Slot doesn't even start Wirtz, and there was nothing in that first half. I didn't see any creativity, and I was telling you this in the chat. No creativity whatsoever. Gakpo seemed like the only ounce of life that we had in that first half. And I've actually seen a lot of people hating on Gakpo. Again, online. I shouldn't be online. I shouldn't be in these forums because everyone's just, the takes are awful. But Gakpo just, he is it. He's all we had in the first half. And to be honest with you, the second half I got a little preoccupied. I didn't see much. But we need Wirtz, Soboslai, McAllister, Gravenberch, whoever can create through the middle of the pitch needs to start doing it. I don't know what system we're playing. I don't know if we're trying to just, one touch it through the defensive line or play out wide and swing a cross in, but nothing seems to work. And this brings me to Florian Wirtz, who is being played out of position, quote unquote, but Slot's only trying to get the best out of him. We saw a stat earlier this week that he's created the most chances in the Premier League, 21 or something like that, which is mind-blowing to me that he's even created that many chances because he's been ass with the eye test. It seems like he has the flair. He has the ability to, the instinct. You can see it. If you watch him, you can see it. But there were so many times when he came on yesterday where, I don't know, his feet just got caught under him and he lost the ball, or his decision-making at the last critical second was off, or his pass was off. There was a back heel a couple games ago where Gakpo was on the overlap. He was like, "Ooh, let me back heel it to Gakpo," and he wasn't even there. It's like you see the talent, but it just hasn't clicked. The timing, the tempo, the chemistry, like you were talking about, it hasn't clicked. And now he's under a lot of criticism because when you come with the price tag that he came with, you have to produce something. You can't just look like you have the potential to produce, because then you're a Darwin Nunez.
He had one good flick on to, I think, Salah when he first came on, that like back heel. It was nice. And then after that, it was just more of the same. More of what we've seen since match day one. Just sloppy with his final product. His feet, it's like his feet are like choppy and he can't get the ball out. Yeah. And then when he does, it goes right to a defender. He's moving too fast. I feel like he needs to just like slow down. But there are plenty of times where he's the one that plays that like incisive through ball. Yep. Or he switches the play somehow, or he takes a little bit of space and then puts it out wide. He has it. I'm not worried about him. It's really frustrating to see him get all these minutes and not produce much and almost be like a liability out there and not an asset to the team. But at the same time, I think he'll be fine. It takes time. But it's frustrating. It's definitely frustrating to see that he's not as polished as quickly as we would like to see.
Yeah, and it's going to, like you said, it's going to take time, but also the productivity still needs to be there, right? Like you see the stat of creating chances, but I haven't seen much come of that. So that's actually a testament to other players as well, not being able to get that final product of getting a goal or, whatever the case may be. I just feel as if I think Slot's trying this system with Wirtz, and what I'm worried about is that Wirtz being so young, what is he? He's 21 or something like that. I'm very worried about his confidence. Right? I hope I'm praying he's mature enough to realize like this is just growing pains with a new club, and I think his comments, echo that sentiment. But I am a little worried that it's going to damage his confidence. And then I'm legit worried it's going to be a Darwin Nunez situation, because I don't see that with Ekitike. Ekitike's confidence is through the roof. Isak, it's going to happen, right? I don't see any concerns anywhere else. Maybe Kirkej a little bit, but this just leads me to believe it's simply a price thing. As soon as Florian Wirtz scores a goal, I'll be good. As soon as he scores a goal, I'm fine. I won't talk about him again. He's not a bust.
He has said in interviews like he's just working through it, and I think he's got the right mindset. As long as he stays offline and doesn't read into the the banter, I think he'll be okay.
It's dark. It's a dark place online, dude. You got to stay off those forums.
Yeah, you can't read that stuff.
No. Let's go over to the chat real quick.
We have
hold on 1 second. Let's go over to the chat. I got Tony Madden in here now. Got some comments from me. I'm taking me as a rival fan based on these comments, but let's just we'll give it a whirl here. Actually, no. Actually, the IQ of these comments is rough. Hannah, don't give into that. You'll be good. Oh God. I don't know. I'm sorry. I got caught in some of these comments. Okay. Yeah, we have United next, I believe, after international break.
Yep. October 19th.
Mm.
Then
You know,
Frankfurt, Brentford, Crystal Palace in the cup. We'll lose that. Villa, Real Madrid, Man City, Forest, PSV. We got a decent mix here.
you know what I
That
don't like?
United game is obviously a must win, though. I mean,
You know what I don't like about that? That's a trap game. That's a trap game. You look at how United have been awful, but that is a trap game. If we lose that game, all hell is going to break loose. I mean, you're going to get, not only do your biggest rivals beat you, and they're doing awful, but that's 4 straight losses.
we're home, though, so I think we'll be okay.
I hope so. That worries me. If we won yesterday, it wouldn't worry me, but I'm worried going into that match. I'm worried going into play a United team after an international break. Yeah, it is a must win, though.
I think so. In terms of yesterday, we could have won that match.
Sure.
Did we deserve to? Probably not, but
No.
I think the game deserved a draw. You lose in that fashion. We've also won in that fashion this year. So it happens. But what I will say is Chelsea was home. They played the best game they've played all year.
It's a great
They
game.
played out of their minds. They're not going to get any better than that. That's the best they've played all year. We were off it. Maybe there's some fatigue. Maybe the chemistry's still off, right? We've talked about that, the formation. We're still working through this, right? We're 7 matches in. But if that game was a draw yesterday, we'd feel a lot better. If we were able to nick a goal and steal it, we'd feel a lot better. It's a game at Stamford Bridge. It's not supposed to be easy.
But I think that was my point with, like, Chelsea nicked a goal late, right? They got that goal late, and it feels like a terrible performance. But if they don't get that late goal and you draw, like you said, it's not that bad. But we had every game this season has felt like we were Chelsea yesterday, where we had to nick a goal late. Like, we didn't dominate the match. We got lucky, and it was just like crazy. We had like 5 games in a row we're scoring late. And that's, except for maybe Madrid. I think Madrid. Did we nick a goal late against Madrid? I think we did. I can't remember now.
Yeah.
But
we did.
There needs to be some accountability here. I think that's ultimately what I'm getting at, because you can chalk it up to defense, like you said earlier, but you have Van Dijk and Konate, and you have Robbo and Kirkesh, who are still great players. You have Frimpong and Bradley, who actually, Bradley's been good. I've liked what I've seen from Bradley. You don't have a bad team. You're not lacking depth anywhere. I mean, you maybe defense now with oh my God, I can't even remember his name now. Who's the Italian defender we just got?
Leone.
God. That's just a sad situation. But we're not lacking anything. And so the results, I think, are I'm just scratching my head. That's all. That should not be the performance that we're putting in. And that's where I think it comes down to it being on Slot. I actually think I think Slot needs to change something up. But what do you change up when you're coming off of winning the Premier League, right? You don't need to change anything. So maybe it's just a poor run of form, but these are the games that matter the most. Shout out to my mom. Wow, $50 super chat. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Still, no one's guessed how old I am, man.
Well, it's here.
Yeah. You guys got the key. You guys got the cheat sheet now.
So here's the thing. We're in a rough patch.
I don't like it.
It usually for us doesn't happen until later in the season, so it's shocking and it hurts. At the end of the day, we've scored the second most goals in the league. We've let up too many. It's still very early, and we're 1 point off the top. It's going to be fine, but you're right. Changes need to be made. Slot needs to look in the mirror and figure it out. What we need to do I think, is go back to what we know can be successful. And I think that's in the midfield. You got to have McAllister there. McAllister hasn't played as much as I would have thought this year.
Right. He
He
hasn't.
needed a break, and I think he maybe picked up a knock a few weeks
He
ago.
was a ghost yesterday.
Gravenberch, McAllister, Soboslai. Let Wirtz figure it out. Bring him on as a sub. See what happens. He does not need to start just because we spent so much money on him. Gakpo, Salah, Isak up top. And then I'm honestly thinking, put Robertson in there. Frimpong at right back. And then the center backs and the goalkeeper will pick themselves.
Well, yeah, because if you're benching, if he's not benching, it's, let's just say rotating. When he's like, all right, he started to put Florian on the bench to start matches. Why aren't you doing the same with Kirkesh? Why was Robbo only starting in the Champions League? Like, if there's a problem, does he not see how Kirkesh has been playing? Put Robbo there. Change it up.
I think he likes Kirkesh as a player.
Sure.
Actually, I take that back. Here's what I want to see. I want to see Soboslai at right back because I feel like he needs to be on the pitch.
Jesus.
I want to see Soboslai at right back like he was for a couple matches when we were struggling there with injuries. And I want to see Jones in the midfield. I have no problems with Jones at all. I think Jones is excellent.
Agree.
Jones, Gravenberch, McAllister in the midfield. That's what I want to see against United. Strong lineup. Jones has the passion. He understands the rivalry. Get him in there. Get people on the pitch that you can count on.
I like Jones too. I think I've said it, our depth in midfield is fine. But if you have Soboslai at right back, so then you said Jones, Gravenberch, and McAllister, right? Is that what you said?
Jones, Gravenberch, McAllister in the midfield, yeah.
And then Florian Wirtz comes on as a sub.
I feel like they'll control a game against any team.
Yeah.
I feel like they can win the midfield battle against any team. And then either Frimpong or Soboslai at right back. I'm okay with Soboslai. Like, Frimpong doesn't need to play every game. You're not world class.
Yeah, but what about Bradley?
Bradley's fine too, but like
Soboslai only played right back because Frimpong was out with the hamstring.
I know, but Soboslai, he was excellent.
He's been good, man. I'm not again. I love Soboslai. Soboslai, Gravenberch, and McAllister. You know it. I mean, they're solid. They're solid.
Soboslai is as close to Trent as we have in that position. In terms of somebody who can play that diagonal ball across the field, somebody who can whip in crosses. And I actually think he's a better defender than Trent. That's what I would like to see. But it's a good problem to have that we have three guys that can play right back.
Yeah. No, I
can count Gomez.
Jesus, Gomez. Yeah. What? He clearly has. Oh, that's another thing. So he clearly doesn't like Gomez or Chiesa. That's what I wanted to talk about was Chiesa. Okay. Have you had any criticism of Chiesa at all in any of the games you've seen him play this year?
No.
None. Zero. So with this issue, I'm going to call it an issue because this is what I see, guys. I see an attacking issue. Okay. I mean, I feel like when you have the level of talent that you have at striker with Isak and Ekitike, okay, and you're somehow, I mean, Ekitike, he had 3 goals. Has he scored? Yeah, I don't think he scored since then. No, he scored against Southampton. Or no, was that Isak? No, it was Ekitike. Who the hell scored against Southampton?
Ekitike, was that the game he ripped his jersey off?
Yeah, he got the yellow card. So it was Ekitike. Okay. So when you have the talent that you have at striker, you have to feed them. And Florian ain't doing it. Chiesa, why not start him over Gakpo next game? Gakpo's played every freaking minute.
Maybe he will.
You know, I mean, are you?
I do like Chiesa coming on at the 60th minute, though.
Yeah,
I do like that.
It's better than just putting him on in the 85th minute, like what happened last year. But I don't know, man. At what point do you change things up? And you're starting to see it. You're starting to see he's like, all right, I'm not starting Wirtz today. I'm mixing it up at left back, or Ekatike or Isak starting. I don't know. But at what point do you actually try new things out? Do you go back to Szoboszlai at right back? Do you put Chiesa in for Gakpo? There's a lot of question marks here, and I think maybe
You
the
got to think
international.
these are his players.
Yeah,
The new guys, they're his players. He brought them in. He wants to play them. He has this vision of what these new guys can bring to the team, and the chemistry just isn't there yet. And it feels like we're shoving a square peg into a round hole right now, where it's like forcing Wirtz to play. He's not on it right now.
he's not.
I'm cool
He's
with
not.
subbing him on. I'm
He
cool with
needs
subbing
time.
him off. But
He needs time.
we need stability right now because we need to churn out wins. We're not going to come back from the international break and start blowing teams out. I mean, if we do, that's great. But 2 weeks of time isn't going to completely change everything. It's going to be these players on the pitch together for an extended period of time for a run of games. And I understand you need to rotate, and that's completely fine. But you don't have to start Wirtz. You don't have to start Kirkesh. You don't have to start these guys just because they're your guys. And I think Slot he understands that changes need to be made. So we'll just see what happens. Unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, we don't play for 2 weeks. So
That's what I'm saying. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise. And you come back, you got United, then you have Frankfurt in the Champions League, Brentford, and then Palace again. Jesus, man. They're just trolling us with how many times we played Palace.
and
It's crazy.
we can't beat them.
No, they're a good team, man. They're a really good team. And look, the Champions League, I think we'll get up for that. That's not a problem. Yeah, I'm looking at the run of games, man, leaning up through November, and it's tough. It's tough. You play City, you play Madrid, you play Palace, you play United, and then
Palace
you have
is unbeaten in the league. Did you know that?
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
3 wins, 4 draws. That's crazy. And if
It
they win
is.
today, they'll have 16. Are they going to be in first?
Who do they
They'll be
play?
tied for first.
Who do they
They're
play?
playing Everton right now.
Oh shoot!
They'll
Playing
be tied
Everton.
for first.
How about that, man?
Which is crazy to think because they have 4 draws. So nobody's been excellent this year.
Nope.
People are like Arsenal. They haven't been excellent.
Nobody's been at. There has been the league. Thank God, is back to being it's not top. I mean, it's top heavy, I suppose, but it's not like City are running the league or Liverpool are running the league anymore. It's not. It's back to being normal again, and I like that. I don't know if you like that, but I like that.
No, I do, but it'll settle itself out. It always does.
Yeah,
You'll see Liverpool, Arsenal. You'll probably see City somewhere up there. And Tottenham will, of course, slow down.
maybe
Bournemouth will slow down. Palace will slow down. Sunderland will slow down. All these teams.
Sunderland, bro. The hell, Sunderland. That makes me happy though, kind of seeing them do well.
They've only scored 7 goals in 7 matches, but they've only let up 6.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're a newly promoted side, you're not going to win the league by outscoring people. You're going to play for draws. You're going to sit deep. You're going to score on the counterattack. That's the only way you can play because you don't have the talent. No, I mean, rarely do these teams come up and have the talent. Gary here says our attack every game needs to be Chiesa when fully fit, Wirtz, Salah, and Isak. Hold on. Oh, okay. You're saying as like a 4-person attack. Okay. Wirtz, Salah, Isak, and Chiesa. Okay.
So Ekatike is just dog shit.
Well, no, I don't.
Because we brought in Isak.
I don't think he was saying that. I think he's saying starting. That's what it needs to be. And then you sub on Gakpo and you sub on Ekitike later in the game if Isak isn't producing. I think that's
somebody
what he's
said here. It might have been me earlier that Ekitike needs to play on the left. I would be open to trying that. And the reason why is he's a striker for sure. He's a center forward, but he can dribble.
He can.
He's got skills.
He does. He's good with the ball.
You have to have that on the wing. He may even have more skill than Gakpo. I mean, Gakpo's pretty shifty. He's tall. They got a similar frame. Gakpo's not going to do like a bunch of step overs, but he can cut back in and he's quick. But I feel like Ekitike needs to be on the pitch. The guy's a finisher.
He can finish.
But you also need to play Isak too, because Isak's done nothing wrong. He's taken some time to get going, but you can just see it in him. He's one of the best. You can see it in him, and he's scrappy. He's not lazy. He presses, which I like.
I think the risk you run with that, not only the injury risk, but having two guys who aren't, they can play on the left, right? Gakpo is a left winger, right? But Klopp tried to play through the middle, didn't really work out. As soon as he started playing on the left, leading into Slot's tenure, Gakpo becomes a crucial player, scoring goals, creating this and that, right? I feel like Ekitike is best utilized through the middle. Even if he can play on the left, I wouldn't play him on the left. Like Ekitike.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what the lineup is against United, because I bet you Gakpo is going to play for the Netherlands. But is Ekitike going to get minutes in France?
I don't know.
In these games, he could be super fresh.
I think you're right. I think because I don't think Jones was chosen to go on international break, so I bet Jones starts, like you were saying. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Jones, I thought I saw something he wasn't chosen, and so if that's the case, you got Jones, who's going to be super fresh. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I have no idea.
Okay. Well, Gary here is bringing up some good points here. Gakpo is more ball to feet. He's never going to run in behind. Chiesa does both. All right. Gakpo never uses Kirkesh on the overlap. Yeah, I don't know. I have noticed that a little bit. When Florian drifts out left, he does. But Gakpo is just, he almost does what Diaz does, but I'm like less critical of it because I feel like Gakpo just produces. By the way, Diaz is lighting it up. He's doing well over there in Munich. Gary, can you confirm this, Steve, that Ekitike's first two goals for us were from the left side? I think he was playing through the middle.
Unless one he cut it. I don't know.
And then Gary says, no, Ekitike is good, but we can't play these players all together. It's impossible. Ekitike is good, but Isak is the better striker overall. I don't think anyone's questioning that, but
Isak's definitely the better striker, but Ekitike has been really good this year.
He's been really good, but you can't play them together. I can't explain it right now. I can't pull the words out to explain it, but you can't play Ekitike and Isak as a left wing and a striker together. It just doesn't work. If you wanted to play them as two forwards, you could, but you can't play. I don't know. I can't see him playing it on the wing. I don't, because when the ball's out there, like Ekitike is a guy that he can dribble, but he's more of a hold up striker player. Like I don't see Ekitike picking the ball up at the midway line and running down and dribbling past someone. I can see him doing that in the box, like doing a couple step overs, creating a yard of space, and then getting a shot off like he did. Right? He quick decisions, but he does not strike me as someone who can face up to a defender and hold possession for an extended period of time.
With his back he can. Goal, no, I think he can, goal, but I don't think he can do it for a whole match. Like I think he's got that in his bag, but it's playing wing for an entire match is a totally different ball game. You're right. To be able to do that 10, 15 times a game, get the ball and carry, it's tough. But he also deserves to play. So unless you're going to find a way to get two strikers on the team sheet, maybe we do need to switch up something like that.
Well, no.
It's okay for an experiment as long as you have stability in the midfield and the defense to rotate some stuff up top. That's okay.
To me, it's easy. All you have Isak starting, and then at the 60th, 70th, 75th minute or whatever, you bring on Ekitike, right? And then on
But
the
you
games,
take off Isak?
yeah, and then on the games you're rotating, you put Ekitike in and take off. That's what he's been doing. You're not losing anything, Steve, by not playing them together. That's not why they were bought. They weren't bought for Ekitike and Isak to be left wing and striker.
No, but you've lost 3 in a row. So whatever you bought them for isn't working.
However, I don't think the answer is what you're saying. I don't think the answer is starting Ekitike on the wing. I think the answer might be a Chiesa, for example.
Yeah, and I'm fine with that too.
Yeah.
Something's got to change. And Tony says I like to see Ekitike and Chiesa up front for a game. I would too. I think you got to do that. If you're going to do something like that, it's got to be against lesser competition, just in case.
We got Brentford coming up. You got Brentford. The thing is, though, this is the risk you run if you're Arne Slot, right? If you start everyone who's been starting and you don't get results, everyone says something's got to change, right? The risk you run is if you make that managerial decision to start Chiesa over Salah, let's say he goes Chiesa, Isak, Gakpo. Let's just say he does that, right? Or even if he goes Chiesa, Salah, Isak, whatever, and it doesn't work out, or it's worse, or it's going to be what was Slot thinking, right? And you know Gakpo is going to be subbed on and start to make a difference. I'm telling Gakpo has been not the only. That's not true. Has been one of our most consistent players. It's Gakpo. It's Gravenberch. It's, Soboslai.
Look, this has all happened in the last week, maybe. Galatasaray.
It's come to a head. It's come to a head in the last week.
Right. But the problem is, let's not forget what happened before these 3 losses. Everybody was fine.
That's right.
We're not freaking out over anything. What we were doing was criticizing Kirkesh a little bit, Konate a lot, and dealing with a right back injury issue. That was the problem. We weren't worried about other stuff. Chiesa was starting to finally make his mark. Gakpo was okay. Salah not producing as much, but 3 goals, 3 assists in 5 games or whatever. Like, he was okay.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a big deal. Ekitike was running riot.
Oh,
and then we got Isak a little bit late. That's what we were dealing with up until this past week. So the world's not crashing down on us. It's never good to lose 3 in a row. It's okay because 1 was in the Champions League. I feel like that makes it a little bit better.
Agreed.
We don't have 3 league losses. And the way we've lost our last gasp winners. Nketiah and Estevao. Is that his name?
Yeah, you're right. Last
So
minute.
if those are draws, if those things don't happen, we're not panicking. Right? And these are world class, these are really good players that we're playing against. These things are going to happen. But I think there does need to be some changes, maybe some rest, but I think we'll be okay. It stinks that we gave away that lead at the top. It's always nice to go into an international break with a buffer because somebody always seems to pick up a knock. And then we don't typically historically play great after international breaks. So it's it's okay because you have a little bit of a buffer. But now the pressure's on more. We have depth. It's all good. What I'm worried about is Konate. I don't know too much about Mamadashvili, so we'll see. Seems like a pretty good shot stopper, I guess.
I agree. I think I'm not worried about goalkeeping, to be honest. He looks pretty solid.
Yeah, so, and I didn't know he was left-footed. Did you?
No, I didn't.
Yep.
I didn't.
He's left-footed.
Not
It would have been nice if we got Gahey, though.
Yeah, God, that would have come in really clutch right now. Yeah. I have a comment up here because it is something I noticed yesterday, and this will kind of lead us into our closing thoughts here. A man with no name says, we don't track back. It's in midfield. We are losing games. When we lost possession or when we gave up possession yesterday in the first half, and Chelsea were on the break, there were several instances where it was like 4v4, right? There was a huge gap when we turned the ball over between our back line and our midfield players. Huge gap. Like just so much space for Chelsea to decide what to do with the ball. And that's what ultimately led to the Caicedo goal. There was so much space that Van Dijk had to decide, all right, am I closing this guy out or do I sit back? Right? And it shouldn't, like, Gravenberch needs to be there. McAllister needs to be there. You need to keep shit tight in the midfield. Okay, because that's where you're going to lose the game. And I did notice that. I noticed how much space there was when we lost possession. Now, the easy fix is don't lose possession. But when Chelsea was pressing, I mean, we couldn't string two passes together in the first 20 minutes. It's crazy.
For the Caicedo goal, there was like a moment of like a really class like pivot turn he had where he brought the ball into his left foot and passed. I think it might have been Gravenberch. He earned that space. Those things are going to happen. World-class goal. All good. But you're right. In general, too much space to carry the ball. When you lose the ball, it's always like, man, they're going to come down and score. That's what it felt like.
Every time.
Wow, this counterattack, we're outnumbered or whatever. Thank God they suck. I mean, they played well. They didn't even have their best player.
They played really well.
Are out, and they played really well. But they're not a great team, generally speaking. So if we played against a more dangerous side, we would have let up 4 goals yesterday.
That's what I'm saying.
They're just not dangerous.
Even then, Chelsea had several chances to make it 4-1. I mean, Mamadashvili had a very good game. He had set like 3 key saves. And that's been the case for goalkeeping all year. Alisson has kept us in games. I mean, we're giving up a lot of chances. And Ross says that there has been this pressure on Gravenberch to get forward and support the attack. He's always done that, but he shouldn't have to. Like
it should be McAllister that does that.
It should be McAllister. It should be whoever's in that second or that box-to-box role. Like, and it's fine if Gravenberch wants to push up when we do have possession in their half. Like, he's going to have to. But this is why I think Wirtz was brought in. Because there is this pressure on McAllister and Gravenberch to get forward, and then there's this space. Once Wirtz settles in, and you can make that transition from back to front, from Gravenberch to Wirtz, McAllister to Wirtz, whoever, and Wirtz can just have the freedom to roam or carry the ball or facilitate however he wants, Gravenberch will just take a deep breath and he'll be back in position. He won't be pulled forward all the time. But Wirtz isn't offering that right now. He's losing possession nearly every time he gets the ball in the middle of the pitch.
Yeah, he should be there just pulling strings. Like, he should be sitting past that little half circle outside the 18-yard box. When we have the ball in possession, moving it around. Then he'll get a shot, or he'll chip one over the top to Isak, or
which we saw.
A feint, and then push it out wide. That's what he should be doing. We should be comfortable in possession. We're not, because he's losing it.
Yes. He's not comfortable with the amount of pressure he's getting. He's getting pressed, and he's not used to it. He's used to being man-marked.
I think he's used to the pressure, but it's relentless pressure.
Yes.
It's all matched. You don't have a second to breathe. And when you can find some decent form and you become dangerous and you start skating past people, you'll get more time and space because they don't want to get burned. But they know right now you're feeling the pressure. You came in with a big price tag. You're not playing great. All we have to do is sprint at him and we'll win the ball back.
You're right.
Once he finds his feet, they'll have to take a step back. So,
or get burned. Yeah. Or get burned.
Or get torched.
Yeah. Because it's going to happen. It's going to happen. There's a lot that this team needs to correct. And I do think the international break is a blessing in disguise at this point in time. I think it gives the team time to just step back, focus on other things, and then come back into the team and maybe figure out, okay, let's reset, regroup, and we go at it against United. What better way to come back from an international break after 3 straight losses and get back to form than beating your ultimate rivals at Anfield?
Yep. I'm all for it.
Dog shit, by the way.
Yeah, they stink.
They're awful. That's all I got.
All right.
Any closing thoughts, Steve?
No. I got nothing. You just summed it all up. We'll be fine. Thank God we have that buffer so this little bump in the road doesn't completely decimate us. We're 1 point back. It's all good.
Absolutely.
We'll be all right, but we just got to change things quickly. Thank you, everyone, for being here today.
Shout out to all of our channel members. Appreciate the continued support. Shout out to everyone who is new. Thank you to my mother for the huge super chat. Thank you. You guys know every dollar goes a long way supporting the channel. All the software behind the scenes, all that still costs money. It's only getting more expensive, so thank you. Allows us to be here every week for you guys and to chat Liverpool Football Club. So, Steve, thank you for being here. It's good to have you back. And until next time, Reds, take care.